Coming up, we've got the clip of George Soros, Obama puppet master, calls for carbon taxes and New World Order on PBS. That is coming up later in the broadcast today. General Stubblebine's joining us, along with his medical doctor wife, Dr. Rima Laibow. Going to be extremely informative. Judge Andrew Napolitano is anti-war, anti-Patriot Act, anti-New World Order, anti-carbon tax. He's almost as good as Ron Paul on the issues. And Fox uses him like you use a little cayenne pepper in chili. They just throw a little bit of it in there, and I like the fact that he's on more and more. And I've talked to him off air, talked to him privately, read his columns for years. He's a good guy. I don't like coming out and attacking Beck because I know he's fooled a lot of people and it turns folks off, but I have to tell the truth. And if Beck will stop stabbing us in the back and stop going sideways on issues, I'll support him. The issue here is the owner, Rupert Murdoch, admits that he's supporting the global carbon tax and is invested in it and has all of his movies and dramas and non-Fox News shows promoting it. In fact, call Paul Watson, because I couldn't find it this morning. He wrote an article about it 2 years ago. It has the Rupert Murdoch bragging, look at how I'm propagandizing, I'm proud of myself. It's the montage of Fox TV programs that Fox put out where they're promoting the global tax. You see, you won't hear Napolitano or these guys talk about that. Look, I'm not stupid, and I'm not going to get into any details, but I could certainly go, if I played my cards right, go join Team Fox, ladies and gentlemen. I wasn't ever offered a job by them, but I was offered jobs by people affiliated with them years ago. I told them, no way, okay? I'm going to fight the New World Order. But I think we should recognize that Fox is beginning to be forced, because the audience has gone there, to speak out against world government. Because all these years, Rush Limbaugh and Michael Savage and all these guys said there's no New World Order. Glenn Beck said there was no New World Order. Now it's openly being announced we're in a world government by the people that are pro-world government. And so they look pretty stupid. And so they've got to bring somebody along like Andrew Napolitano, who's been good the entire time, to not just keep their audience, but grow. Fox is growing their audience while CNN, CNBC, all the rest of them are imploding. And that's because Fox isn't stupid. They are going anti-New World Order, at least to a certain degree. Well, we're going all the way anti-New World Order, and we always have, and that's who we are. But I get emails going, well, why are you having Judge Andrew Napolitano on? He's on with Fox. He's telling the truth when he's on Fox. We need to support people inside the mainstream media that are getting the truth out while understanding the larger picture. Before we go to break and come back with Governor Jesse Ventura, I just want to finish making the point. We must take over the system. We must get the power and then reestablish our constitutional republic, as many people have said, like G. Edward Griffin, who's in this film, Fall of the Republic. He makes those points. Fall of the Republic shatters the left-right paradigm, shows you how both sides are controlled, and shows people who the globalists are and what their master plan is. Get Fall of the Republic at Infowars.com. Get it, make copies, give it to everyone you know, ladies and gentlemen. 888-253-3139. Get your copy of Fall of the Republic today at Infowars.com or by calling 888-253-3139. Governor Jesse Ventura, straight ahead. Well, we're into hour number 2, simulcasting the syndicated radio transmission at prisonplanet.tv and Living Color. Joining us from Minnesota, he's about to travel down to Mexico, do some surfing, is former Minnesota Governor Jesse Ventura, of course, a star of films like The Running Man, Predator, and many other films. He's hosted a MSNBC national television show. He's hosted NFL football. There's not much this guy hadn't done. And now he's got a huge show. They're saying it's going to be their big push in the winter. their big #1 promoted show, and I'm seeing that now in the media. That's conspiracy theory created by Jesse Ventura. I'm a consultant on it. I'm in some of the episodes. I'm very honored to be involved in it. And to give you the inside scoop, he starts the Media Blitz tomorrow. To give you the inside scoop is Jesse Ventura with us for the next hour. We may twist his arm a little bit in the next hour to take some phone calls, but we'll see. Governor, it is good to have you here with us.
Hi, Alex. Great to be here again. Oh,
Are you going to?
I guess I should call you Huggy Bear. and I'll explain that for a moment. No, Alex has been good enough. He appears in a couple of the episodes of Conspiracy Theory that we did, and so because he's the only really reoccurring character we've ever had in the first initial buy, we went back to the old Starsky and Hutch show, and you all remember Huggy Bear, don't you? The guy that always brought the information to Starsky and Hutch.
Yes.
Well, that's you now, Alex. You're our Huggy Bear.
Well, I'm honored to be your Huggy Bear. You've not been able to talk about the show till now. They've unleashed you. You barely talked about it on Larry King Live last week, but now you've been given the green light to give people a foretaste or a idea of what's going to be in the 7 episodes. And so we're all ears, Governor. I mean, tell us about some of the episodes.
Well, first of all, when I went on Larry, it was because, it was election night, and Larry truly wanted my opinion on the latest off-year elections, which I'll do this right now. To me, why do they even have off-year elections? It's hard enough to get people out there to vote. Have them all on year. They do that so that they get a small voter turnout because it's easier to control small numbers. And so that's why that happens pretty much. But that being said, that's why I was on Larry, was mainly for the election stuff, not so much a promotion of the show, because I'll be going back on Larry later on the end of the month, right when it gets to the debut date, which of course is December the 2nd on the True Channel at 10 Eastern, 9 Central. And so I'll be going back on Larry then, and at that point in time, it'll be a promo for the show. So I just did Larry where they promoted a little bit, but it was mostly on voting, or on the vote election.
Well, Governor, hold on. We're about to go to break, and I don't want to stop you. I want you to have free flow and go over as much as you can tell us about the episodes, because I've consulted some, but I still only have a few pieces of the overall puzzle. And I know that you've stated that you believe this is fair, and from our perspective, probably the first television show ever that's actually from people who questions perspective. That doesn't mean that you or I or anybody buys all of what's being said out there. So I want to talk about that when we come back in just a minute. But in the 1 minute we've got, what is your take on Republicans sweeping all over the country and Obama's plunging approval rating?
Well, I don't think it's so much Republicans sweeping. As you know, they lost that congressional race up in that heavily Republican district in New York that hadn't gone Democrat.
Yeah, but the Democrats threw that. They threw that. I mean, they had their...
Well, maybe so. Well, to me, the elections are truly irrelevant. And as far as Obama's ratings falling, that's a natural occurrence. I don't want to throw water on the fire or anything for those people that, for whatever reason, but I at one time had 72% approval ratings. Well, certainly by the time you get out of office, mine actually dipped below 50 later.
No, you're right.
When you have to make hard decisions, when you make those hard decisions, some people aren't going to like it, and a lot of people are one-issue people.
Jesse, we got a break. We got a break. Stay right there. Finish that up.
You heard that millions